Imagine stepping out into a crowded world, yet feeling an aching isolation that no amount of company can fill. Do you ever wonder why, even surrounded by people, loneliness creeps in like an unwelcome guest? This feeling gnaws at your spirit, leaving you questioning your place among the masses. Have you noticed that when you look in the mirror of a busy street, you see fragments of yourself and yet feel invisible? What is it about being surrounded by a multitude that leaves you feeling unseen, disconnected from the very souls that walk by? In the midst of laughter and chatter, there exists a silent question. Why does being with so many people sometimes intensify the loneliness within? Could it be that the sheer volume of voices drowns out your own inner dialogue, leaving you longing for a connection that feels genuine? What if the constant flow of faces and fleeting interactions is not a remedy, but a trigger for feeling more isolated? As you navigate the crowded corridors of life, does the impersonal rush make you feel like a mere shadow disconnected from the heart of human interaction? Consider this: even in the heart of a metropolis, you might feel like an outsider in a world that never pauses. Why does the constant buzz of people amplify the sensation of loneliness instead of quelling it? Is it possible that the very environment designed for connection can sometimes deepen the disconnect? When you find yourself in the midst of a crowd, have you ever wondered why your heart still feels heavy? The paradox is clear. Being surrounded by many does not equate to feeling understood. What is it that makes the presence of others leave you feeling inexplicably alone? Could it be that the modern world with its endless interactions lacks the depth your soul craves? In a society that values quantity over quality, does the flood of superficial encounters obscure the path to meaningful connection, leaving you adrift in a sea of solitude? Have you ever paused to ask, what if the root of your loneliness isn't the number of people around you, but the quality of the interactions? In a world full of surface-level exchanges, can genuine connection ever take hold, or does it remain a distant, elusive dream? As you wander through the neon haze of modern life, do you sense that the real issue lies beneath the surface? Is it possible that the loneliness you feel is not a curse of isolation, but a sign, an indicator that you seek something deeper than the fleeting presence of a crowd? Now, as the day breaks and you stand at the crossroads of your inner journey, ask yourself, what is the real reason behind this pervasive loneliness? Could the answer lie in the disconnect between surface encounters and the deep human need for true understanding? The search for this truth is just beginning. Prepare to delve deeper into the hidden layers of your soul. Imagine delving into the depths of your own mind, where the roots of your loneliness lie hidden. Have you ever considered that the feeling of isolation might stem from the very fabric of modern existence, a tapestry woven with threads of psychological wounds and unresolved existential questions? This hidden problem is not new. It has haunted humanity for centuries, echoing through the writings of great thinkers. What if your loneliness is a mirror reflecting an inner disconnect, a fracture within your identity? Carl Jung once spoke of the shadow self, those hidden aspects of our psyche that we deny or ignore. Could it be that your feeling of isolation is the echo of those unrecognized parts of yourself, leaving you unable to fully connect with others? Have you ever felt that beneath the surface of everyday interactions lies a dark, unspoken reality? The writings of Lovecraft remind us that there are vast, incomprehensible forces at work, forces that can leave us feeling insignificant and profoundly alone. This underlying void, this cosmic isolation, may be a reflection of your inner world, a place where the familiar becomes alien. Consider the existential inquiries posed by Dostoevsky and Nietzsche. They question the nature of suffering, guilt, and the human condition itself. Could your inability to feel connected be a byproduct of a deeper struggle, one where the weight of existence presses so heavily that genuine intimacy becomes a distant dream? Imagine that the roots of your loneliness are entwined with the philosophies of Schopenhauer and Sartre, philosophies that wrestle with the nature of desire, alienation, and the absurdity of life. Perhaps the modern world's relentless pace and superficial interactions leave little room for the kind of soulful dialogue that our inner beings crave. What if the labyrinth of your loneliness is a journey through the hidden corridors of your mind? Viktor Frankl believed that suffering carries the seed of meaning. Could it be that your isolation is not a failure, but a necessary passage through which you must navigate to discover a deeper sense of purpose and belonging? Have you ever wondered if the isolation you feel is amplified by modern societal forces that value noise over silence and quantity over quality? The philosophical insights of Aldous Huxley suggest that we are often disconnected from our true selves by the overwhelming influx of external stimuli. This disconnect can leave you feeling adrift in a sea of superficial connections. Consider the paradox of being surrounded by people, yet feeling profoundly alone. It is as if the constant barrage of social interactions has eroded the space for true, meaningful connection. The hidden problem lies in a society that has forgotten the art of listening, not just to others but to our inner voices, our true needs, and our authentic desires. Modern neuroscience tells us that our brain is wired for connection, yet it is also prone to cognitive biases and emotional barriers that can isolate us from genuine engagement. Could the real issue be hidden within the circuitry of your mind, an interplay of emotions, past traumas, and conditioned responses that keeps you locked in a cycle of loneliness? As you begin to unravel the hidden roots of your isolation, ask yourself, is it possible that your loneliness is not a curse, but a complex signal, a call to examine the deeper, often neglected aspects of your existence? The psychological and philosophical forces at play are urging you to explore your inner landscape, to understand the interplay between societal expectations and your authentic self. In this exploration, you may discover that the very problem that leaves you feeling alone is also the gateway to profound self-discovery. Imagine the ripple effects of loneliness, quietly shaping your world. In a society filled with constant motion and vibrant energy, the isolation you feel may silently alter your thoughts, your decisions, and even your future. Have you ever considered that each disconnected moment might be leaving an indelible mark on your life, influencing your inner narrative without you even realizing it? What if the unseen consequences of isolation are woven into the very fabric of your relationships? These glowing threads represent the subtle bonds between people. Yet when those bonds are frayed, the consequences can be profound. Could it be that the disconnect you feel not only alienates you from others, but also shapes your capacity for empathy, trust, and genuine connection? Consider the possibility that your brain, wired for social connection, suffers quietly from the effects of isolation. Modern neuroscience reveals that prolonged loneliness can alter neural pathways, reinforcing negative thought patterns and even diminishing emotional resilience. Is it possible that the unseen consequences of your isolation are rewiring your mind, making it harder to break free from this cycle? Imagine your journey through life as a long, winding road. When isolation takes hold, that path can become obscured by a thick fog of doubt and despair. The unseen consequences may not be immediately visible, but over time they can cloud your vision and obscure the opportunities for genuine connection, leaving you wandering in an emotional wilderness. What if the crowd around you only deepens your sense of isolation? When interactions lack depth, they can create a void that leaves your emotional well-being fragile. The superficial chatter and fleeting glances may seem harmless, yet they contribute to a larger pattern of loneliness, one that chips away at your ability to feel truly understood and valued. Have you ever felt that your heart, once warm and vibrant, is now slowly encased in ice? The unseen consequences of isolation can reach deep into your emotional core, chilling the very essence of your capacity to love and be loved. What if this emotional frost is not just a symptom, but a transformative force that alters how you experience every joy and sorrow? Imagine the silent toll of loneliness impacting the choices you make. With each moment of isolation, a subtle shift occurs, a divergence in the path that could lead to unforeseen consequences. Are you aware that the isolation you experience might be steering you toward outcomes you never consciously intended, quietly reshaping your destiny. In the quiet moments when you are alone with your thoughts, do you feel the weight of unseen consequences pressing in? The isolation might seem like a temporary retreat, but its impact can resonate far beyond the solitude of that room. It may be the catalyst for deep-seated changes in your mood, your decisions, and the way you interact with the world. What if the very essence of your identity is being slowly reshaped by the loneliness you endure? The unseen consequences of isolation can fragment your sense of self, distorting the way you view your own worth and potential. Every disconnected moment may be contributing to a mosaic of identity that is at once fragmented and incomplete. As you stand on the threshold of a new day, consider the silent consequences that isolation has imprinted on your life. These unseen forces may have shaped your emotions, your decisions, and even your destiny. Yet, within this quiet influence lies the potential for transformation, a challenge to reclaim your connection to yourself and the world around you. The journey toward understanding these consequences is just beginning, paving the way for a breakthrough that promises renewal and hope. Imagine the moment you decide to break free from the chains of isolation. In the quiet rebellion of your heart, you realize that you are not meant to fade into the background. Instead, you stand tall, daring to challenge the forces that have long confined you. This is your call to arms, a powerful spark igniting the revolution within. What if you could transform the loneliness that once held you captive into a driving force for change? Picture yourself stepping into the alley of possibility, where every stride shatters old barriers. The very energy that once isolated you now becomes the fuel for rebellion, a rebellion against the numbness of shallow connections. Envision a rebellion that begins from within. In the stillness of a mindful moment, you discover the strength to dismantle the internal walls of isolation. Through meditation and self-reflection, you tap into a wellspring of inner power. Each breath you take is an act of defiance against the disconnect that once ruled your life. Imagine shattering the mirror of your past, a mirror that reflected only solitude and despair. With every break, the fragments of your old self scatter, revealing a brilliant light beneath. This is the moment you reject the confines of outdated perceptions, embracing a new paradigm where your loneliness transforms into a source of limitless potential. What if the path to freedom lies in reimagining your connections? Join forces with kindred spirits who also seek depth over superficiality. In this collective uprising, you discover that true rebellion is not a solitary act, but a shared journey toward genuine human connection. Together, you redefine community, one that honors authenticity over mere proximity. Consider the power of releasing your fears and embracing your inner truth. Each paper bird represents a piece of your past, now liberated and soaring toward new beginnings. This is the moment you choose to let go of the weight of isolation, allowing your ideas, your passions, and your true self to take flight. Imagine a rebirth, a renaissance where the very essence of who you are is reimagined. Like a phoenix emerging from the ashes, you rise anew, embodying resilience and renewal. This rebellion is not just an escape from loneliness. It is a transformative journey that empowers you to rebuild your identity on a foundation of strength and authenticity. Visualize a future where isolation is no longer a prison but a stepping stone toward innovation and growth. As you walk along this illuminated path, you embrace counterintuitive solutions and bold perspectives. The journey is your own, an evolution that defies the expected and opens doors to new realms of connection and creativity. What if the very concept of time and loneliness could be rewritten? Every moment you break free from old patterns is a testament to your inner revolution. The shattered clock reminds you that time is malleable, and your journey toward connection and self-realization is ever evolving. Embrace the unexpected, the chaos that paves the way for renewal. As the sun rises on your new reality, stand firm in the knowledge that you have reclaimed your power. The rebellion against isolation has transformed you, liberated your spirit, reshaped your destiny, and opened your eyes to a life rich in meaning and connection. Step forward into this radiant future with confidence, knowing that the power to break free was always within you. Imagine reaching the pinnacle of your journey, where every piece of isolation, every moment of loneliness, converges into a single undeniable truth. In this radiant moment, you see clearly that the solitude you once feared was a necessary step on your path to self-discovery. Here, on the edge of possibility, you come to understand that true connection begins with embracing the depths of your own being. What if you realized that your loneliness mirrors the vast, mysterious expanse of the cosmos? Just as every star in the galaxy burns with its own light, your solitude is a sign of your unique inner power waiting to illuminate the world. This cosmic revelation reminds you that isolation is not a void, but a canvas on which you can paint your own destiny. Imagine the realization that being alone is not a state of emptiness, but an opportunity for profound growth. In the stillness of nature, you discover that solitude nurtures the seeds of creativity and resilience. Each ray of sunlight that breaks through the canopy is a symbol of hope, a gentle reminder that the ultimate truth lies in reconnecting with the essence of who you are. Gaze into the mirror and see a truth that transcends the superficial. The loneliness that once haunted you is now revealed as a sacred space for self-reflection and renewal. In this intimate moment, you learn that the absence of external noise can amplify the gentle yet powerful voice of your inner wisdom. The ultimate truth is that genuine connection begins when you embrace your own authenticity. Now envision the paradox of modern life, a city teeming with people, yet each one navigating their own inner journey. The isolation you feel is a universal experience, a shared solitude that binds us all in our search for meaning. This realization transforms loneliness from a personal affliction into a profound collective truth, uniting the human experience across every crowded street and silent night. Consider the lotus, a symbol of purity and rebirth from the depths of murky solitude. It rises with unyielding beauty. In the same way, your moments of isolation have the potential to catalyze a transformation that makes you stronger, more resilient, and infinitely more aware of your inner light. This is the ultimate truth. Adversity can give birth to unparalleled growth. Imagine your life as a journey across a bridge between past struggles and future possibilities. The isolation you've experienced is not a barrier but a bridge, connecting the lessons of your past with the promise of tomorrow. In this revelation, you find that true strength is forged in solitude, and that every step forward is a testament to your enduring resilience. What if the key to overcoming loneliness lies in understanding the intricate network of your own inner world? Just as digital connections form complex systems, your solitude is a space for processing, healing, and evolving. The ultimate truth is that by embracing your unique code of being, you unlock the power to connect authentically both with yourself and with others in a profound, meaningful way. In this convergence of nature and technology, you see a final revelation: the boundaries between solitude and connection are fluid. The isolation you once perceived as merely a phase, a transition that leads you toward a deeper integration of self and society. The ultimate truth is that every moment alone is an invitation to rediscover your intrinsic worth and to create connections that are as authentic as they are transformative. As the sun rises on a new day, embrace the final, most powerful truth: you are never truly alone. The solitude you experienced was the fertile ground from which your strength and clarity have blossomed. In this luminous moment, let the warmth of your inner light guide you to a life filled with genuine connection, purpose, and boundless possibility. Step forward into the radiant future with the knowledge that every whisper of loneliness was preparing you for this grand awakening.